Hello, folks. Welcome to SummerSlam. Wow, I could have done that with a little more gusto. Jesus. We're in
Welcome to
Wembley.
SummerSlam
Hooray! I wish I had an
in
editor.
Wembley.
I wish I bothered to edit. I would put, like, confetti or something. Imagine it, okay? Imagine it. That's how TEW works. You're getting authentic content here.
True.
Yeah, we're in Wembley Stadium. The British have come, I guess. They're out there. A little scary looking, but that's okay. That's okay.
They're walking down Wembley Way, getting some food,
Many of our
getting some alcohol.
yes. We are what the fuck? We're not there. The projection for tonight 77,500. Yeah.
The announced attendance 85,000.
Whatever that exact number is. Damn, we should have gotten that. That would have been so funny. Fuck. Yeah, 84,952. If I nailed that off the top of the brain, I'm sick in the head.
We didn't cheap out our tickets. You know, Tucker wouldn't have it.
Yeah, no. We would run with normal ticket pricing, which is technically cheapening out our tickets, but
hey, yeah, but only versus the premium that we charge for our arena events.
Yeah. Yeah. It's SummerSlam. We got a lot of
the biggest party of the summer.
Big shit going on. We just go with it now, don't we?
I think so.
I forget how these things work now, these pay-per-view videos. It's been so long. Yeah, we're ready to do it. So let's do it.
Let's go.
Before we even go live, William Regal pops a big-ass rating by coming out. We got 78, actually. That's
nice.
That's big. We got an extra 1,000 somewhere. Where'd they come from? Yeah, Regal comes out and waves to the folks and says hello, you know. He also says, see you on Raw. Come to Raw. I'll wrestle on Raw.
Yeah, maybe he can even take a few jabs about not being on the card.
Yeah, sure.
It's a pre-show.
He'll say whatever he wants.
Hmm.
And now we got our big hype stuff. There's no foreboding presence anymore over these events. It's very strange. We cut into excitement and happiness and not depression.
Yeah, well, usually, with most of these matches, we're going to run them down as we come to it. But because this is the main event, I do feel the need to sell our main event tonight. It is WWE title on the line. John Cena defending against Randy Orton. This is a generational clash. We've got arguably the greatest WWE champion in the last 2 years versus arguably the greatest world heavyweight champion in the last 2 years. It is going to be an absolute barn burner.
Hell yeah. We're going to check in with our commentary teams. Also kick over to the Spanish announce team here for a minute. We're here. We're out here. Yeah, Raw comms on Raw matches, SmackDown comms on SmackDown matches. Carlos Cabrera apparently debuted a gimmick. People thought it was all right. They're like, yeah, okay, maybe we'll see more of him. I don't know. We'll see how that goes.
I can see him as a staff member.
Yeah, adequate. You know what? I buy that actually.
I'll buy that. Yeah, he gives me big staff member vibes.
Not all the way though. Just like enough. Like maybe he's not. Maybe he's secretly a worker. I can't tell.
Oh shit.
The Carlos Cabrera run is coming.
So yeah, before we move on, actually, I pitched the main. What's the thing on the show that you're most excited about, Tucker? And briefly tell the people about it.
That sucks. I kind of got.
It can be the same as mine. It can be the same as mine. Just tell me why you're excited.
I got two things, and it's different than yours, actually.
Okay, you can do both, but you have to be really brief.
Oh, is it because this angle is like 2 minutes or something like that?
Sure. Yeah.
We've got Chavo Guerrero defending the world title twice tonight.
Yep.
And then, well, not the world title twice tonight. Sorry, his world titles.
Well, two world titles. Yeah.
His world titles. He's defending both, two of them tonight. And also we've got the WWE tag belts in fucking ladder match. That thing's gonna be crazy as shit.
Yeah.
All
big right. SmackDown mark.
Yeah, I'm a big SmackDown guy.
I'll tell you what I'm excited about, Tucker.
Getting away from these British people. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Okay, fine. Oh, did something happen to you?
No, I'm just waiting for the next slide before I go on to what I'm excited about.
There you go.
This tag team match. You see, recently Raw's had a new addition. Mr. Kennedy, one of the most must-see superstars in wrestling today. Okay? He has beaten multiple former world champions over the course of his already short career. And if it wasn't for the injustice last year of having the Money in the Bank briefcase stolen away from him by Rob Van Dam, now governor of Michigan, then he would be world champion right now. He's got Batista's number, or he had Batista's number, and if not for the injustice of Theodore Long's GMing, he would be the world champion. Instead, he's broken out. He's on Raw, where immediately he was subjected to the welcoming committee of the New Breed and assisted by Shelton Benjamin. Although after Shelton came to his aid, Kennedy actually betrayed Shelton and attacked him. So tonight, can Shelton and Kennedy put their differences aside as two of the most exciting young prospects in the business, Benjamin and Kennedy, take on two more of the most exciting young prospects in the business, Marcus Corvon and Kenny Dykstra.
Funny how that works out, eh? This does pretty well.
And the superstars do stay on the same page as they pick up the win.
Yep. Afterwards, Mr. Kennedy is celebrating. He's happy. What a big match here.
Raises Shelton's hand even.
Yeah, and Shelton Benjamin's like, get away from me. I'm not your friend. But after some coercion, some coercing from Mr. Kennedy, like, come on, Shelton, do the thing. It's a big show. Look at all these nice people.
Look at all these Brits.
Yep. All these nice British. And he allows Mr. Kennedy to raise his hand. Yeah. Good stuff.
Could this be the start of a new leaf for Mr. Kennedy? Kennedy. We get a video package showcasing John Cena's debut. Iconic, of course, when he goes up to Kurt Angle and says the one thing that makes him different to everybody else is that he has ruthless aggression.
Words that have defined an era. Backstage, Crystal Marshall's here with Frankie Kazarian. I won't do the bit, actually. Never mind. I'll just...
So, Frankie, you've been a big proponent for Evan Bourne as he's preparing to take on Chavo Guerrero for the Cruiserweight title. What makes him capable of taking on one of the greatest Cruiserweight champions of our time? Somebody who's not only the Cruiserweight champion of the world, but also the Heavyweight champion of the world.
Oh, and Frank Kazarian says that, Evan Bourne is different than anything that most people have seen before in this company. The millennium, the whole thing here is we were bringing it up to a next level, moving things forward, pushing wrestling into the future, if you will. And if you look at Evan Bourne and what he can do in that ring, you're going to see it tonight. I don't even really have to say any of this. You're just going to see it. But Evan Bourne is ridiculous in his abilities. He's going to get it done tonight. He's going to find a way, get it done tonight. I understand Chavo Guerrero is a great champion twice over. Great champions, one man. But tonight feels real good. Real good.
We might be right into the match here.
We are. We're jumping right into it. Does Evan Bourne show us? He does indeed. This dude goes fucking crazy. Some of the quickest paced, air obtaining, I guess this dude floats. It's fucking crazy. One of the greatest high flyers we've ever seen, undoubtedly. And he overwhelms Chavo Guerrero with it. Chavo doing his best to try to keep Evan from, doing all that crazy stuff that he does. But it's like trying to, what's a good thing to say here? It's like trying to hold onto a jar with hands covered in butter. What the hell is that? What is that analogy?
That works.
It works, but it's a crazy analogy that I've never heard anybody say before, and I made up myself for some
evocative,
reason.
Yeah.
That's strangely evocative. Fair enough.
Evan Bourne overcomes the Chavo Guerrero press and unleashes a flurry of offense, which concludes with his airborne shooting star press, a maneuver that we've never seen executed so beautifully. Of course, we've seen it a couple times from a couple superstars, perhaps none so impressively as Brock Lesnar, but this is a very different shooting star press. This is a perfect shooting star press. Calculated, as you said, perfectly floated, and yeah, we might just have seen the future of the cruiserweight division. And new.
Yeah, new cruiserweight champ. Evan Bourne has done it. Big night for Millennium. And out comes Frankie to celebrate with the boy.
Puts him on his shoulders.
Yep.
Obviously.
New champ. New champ. And Chavo comes over. He's got the belt in his hand, and he's looking at Evan up on.
Oh no, I think he leaves the world title aside for this moment. I think it would be a little undermining if he grabbed it. Oh. Or does he? Do you mean he has the cruiserweight title in his hand?
The cruiserweight world title. That's specific. Yeah, he's got the cruiserweight title in his hands, and he's looking at Evan up there, and he kind of wades his way into the center of the ring. You know, it's some bullshit really that he's even doing this tonight. But he looks at Evan and he nods and he kind of consoles himself a little bit and passes over the Cruiserweight Championship to Evan Bourne and, you know, gives a little nod, prayer, acknowledgement thing, you know what I mean?
Maybe he offers his hand and then Evan, like, pauses and then Chavo says, be a man! Be a man!
Amazing. Be a man! Yeah, Chavo Guerrero showing humility here. He's not done tonight yet, though.
No. I mean, he's already lost one world title tonight. And we remember, the folks haven't seen this yet, so I want to stress that going into this event, Chavo Guerrero was a double world champion. He was the cruiserweight and the heavyweight champion of the world. And he has to defend both belts tonight. And actually, at the very first hurdle, he's had a 17-minute war with Evan Bourne. An exhausting contest where he's had to try and pick up a jar with peanut butter all over his hands, and then he's come out the other end. He's no longer the cruiserweight. Sorry, just butter. Peanut
butter would be like there. Sticky. Come on.
I was imagining peanut butter, but anyway, Chavo's lost this match. What's that going to do to his psyche? What's that going to do to his? Ooh, I almost pulled my mic out there. Can you still hear me?
Yep, you're good.
Okay. What's that going to do to his body? And he's still going to fight the animal Batista for the World Heavyweight Championship. Man, Wembley Stadium's in for a treat tonight.
We see Randy Orton's debut, a third-generation star. We see, I believe it was Jim Ross who called him down to the ring. His first matchup against Stevie Richards on a SmackDown in
Raw.
Oh, it was a Raw. Oh, cool. On a Raw in 2002.
Yeah.
Yeah. We go backstage, and Amy Weber has a special guest here. It's Jim Ross. Oh my God, he's here for some reason. Jim, you don't even work here. Why are you here? He ignores that question.
Well, they've gone to her. They've gone to him because he was right there at the start of Randy Orton's career, and they want to know, one, what he thought at the time, and two, what he thinks now.
Oh, man, I gotta put on my JR voice, don't I? Shit. The young Randy Orton there. When I first saw him, I mean, you just knew that there would be something about him, right? He'd figure it out eventually, but it's been quick. It's been really quick. And I think that's the most impressive thing for me. This is a guy who had all the tools to eventually put something together, and he was, I mean, pretty much right from the jump, he was ready to go with that. A lot of success early. Tonight, obviously, he's looking for an even bigger success. If he wins this WWE Championship tonight, that's a grand slam, eh? And he looks up at her. He's like, "That's the grand slam right there. That's world title, intercontinental title, tag team titles. He just needs that other world one." And I mean, that's a big thing to have as a 27-year-old. Man, JR fell apart. He stopped talking like JR.
Main eventing at Wembley Stadium as well. I mean, if Randy Orton can get this done tonight, I think it can be unquestioned that he's completed wrestling. At the age of 27, he's completed it.
That's so goddamn fucking insane. I can't believe it. He's so good.
Remember who's standing in his way.
Yeah.
John Cena has been champ for 11 months.
This is Amy Weber like yelling at JR now for his.
No, this is now Puddy talking to you, the audience. He's gone through Mark Henry, he's gone through MAGA, he's gone through, the list goes on. His own body's falling apart, and yet still he's the world champion. Randy Orton's great, but as John Cena said a couple of weeks ago, Randy Orton's fate, I think, is ultimately to end up as another person on the list of John Cena opponents that he's overcome.
Yeah, not to poke holes in JR here, but Cena's career, as we've already seen, started pretty much around the same time as Orton's did. The only reason Cena hasn't quote unquote completed wrestling at 27 or whatever is because he just happens to be 32 right now. He just happens to be a little bit older when he came in. Obviously that other world title still hasn't found John Cena yet, but with that guy,
to be fair, part of the reason why that other title hasn't found John Cena is because he hasn't had time. He's been WWE champion pretty much since he won.
That's true. Right? Yeah. There you go. We see John Cena win the U.S. title from Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 20. Big crazy upset that nobody saw coming. But in retrospect, we probably all should have seen coming.
Well, it was the start of the John Cena story, right? Up until this point, like you said, it was a big upset because we weren't really talking about John Cena. He was entertaining. He was a fun little guy. But that was when I think he showed that he could win the big one. And then it took a year then for him to get back to the main stage.
It's a guy who, he beat Brock Lesnar so badly, Brock Lesnar had to retire.
Yeah, we have not seen Brock Lesnar since.
He took his ball and went home. Puddy, take it away for that Taker baggage.
We join a desert. There is a man or thing driving a hearse or marshalling a hearse through a desert. It's strange. It's confusing. There's a little girl asking you if you heard the one about the man who keeps coming back. He was buried alive. He was set on fire, but he keeps coming back. And then the guy gets off the hearse and he digs in the ground and he finds a box, and in the box is a strange symbol, a metal symbol of some sort. And then the girl speaks again and she says, "He has risen. He's here."
Ken Shamrock makes his way.
It's Ken Shamrock
down to the ring.
He comes down to the ring. He said, "I'm sick and tired of these mind games, dead man. But tonight I put it all to bed and I put it all to rest. The video says you have risen. Show yourself. Walk down to this ring and make the point that I've been making ever since I caused you to lose that World Heavyweight Championship, that you are not some otherworldly entity. You are not some supernatural wizard. You are a man, and your bones break just like the rest of us. You bleed just like the rest of us. And tonight you're going to lose just like the rest of them." And then
gong.
The druid sounds play. Lightning strikes the stage. There's that symbol from the box appears, and it's on fire. And he's back. The Undertaker has returned to face Ken Shamrock right here tonight at Wembley Stadium.
This is going to be something, that's for sure. These guys are both top tier brawlers, am I right? No, but both these guys have great striking. Taker probably has a pro wrestling knowledge advantage, but I don't know how much that'll do against Ken Shamrock, a guy who just has great knowledge about fighting in general.
I don't think it's going to be a wrestling match. I think it's going to be a fight. And I think, honestly, people are underestimating Taker in a fight. He's one of the best pure strikers in sports entertainment.
Yep, very much so. Anyways. Here we go. These two.
It should be an absolute clash. These two are going to go at it for, I think, a reasonable amount of time, and we're going to see who the better man is.
Big war incoming.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, no. Oh, shit.
Oh, God.
The bell rings, and Ken just starts lighting up Taker with these leg kicks. And then Taker, is trying to fight back. He's trying to get some punches in, but Ken's dodging most of them. Like he's able to, back away, and Taker's really not able to land a shot. As Ken is just absolutely flare. Right? We can see Taker's leg starts to get red from how much these leg kicks are absolutely slamming him.
Gear.
He's debuting a new look. He's got shorts for tonight.
He's got thighs out.
Taker shorts. These really, really tight number.
It's fucking hot in England, man. All right, leave me alone.
True. I like it. I like the idea that Taker does maybe have special ring gear just for this match, and we can see his legs, and they're starting to get red. And at one point, Taker throws a punch. He puts his whole body behind it, and it does catch Shamrock. Ooh. Beeping.
No, it's happening.
Oh no. As he catches Shamrock with all his force, you can see it really rock Shamrock. Taker's leg buckles, and Shamrock, who is clearly rocked from the punch, notices and just kind of moves past it and immediately just kind of wraps himself around Taker and pulls him down into an ankle lock. And then, well, a leg is not meant to bend like that.
Yeah, Ken Shamrock fucking snaps the Undertaker's leg. And our referee's like,
this should not continue.
Yeah, I guess we're done here. This dude can't even fucking stand up. Damn. Josh Matthews kind of comes into the ring. He's like, what the fuck? That's fucking crazy.
Ken, were you expecting the Undertaker to show up tonight? Yes, he told me he would. Were you expecting it to be like that? Absolutely. I've been saying it for the last 3 weeks. His bones are the same as the rest of them, and I just proved what happens when you step to the most dangerous man on the planet. But as I said on SmackDown, this is not the top of the mountain. This is not the end. This is not what I came here to do. You all know me now. You all know what I can do. You all know how I've humbled your greatest. He looks down. I'm not here to wrestle in front of 80,000 at Wembley Stadium. I'm not here to prove myself. I've done that over and over and over again. I'm here to win the World Heavyweight Championship. So Chavo Guerrero, Batista, whoever it is, I'm coming for you.
Fuck. We see Randy Orton beat Rob Van Dam Armageddon 2003 to become the IC champion. It's his first IC title win. His first title win, period. Hell yeah. Todd Grisham is backstage. He's got Chavo Guerrero here with him. And he's going to ask Chavo, how you doing, buddy?
That's such a dumb question, Todd. Of course you'd ask such a stupid question. I'm hurt. I'm beat up. I'm rocked. I don't have the Cruiserweight Championship anymore. And now I got to go in there with the Animal Batista. But you know what? I'm used to that here on SmackDown. Because as always, I am not given the respect that I deserve. And you know what? It's fine. I proved to the world that I could be the Cruiserweight Champion and the World Heavyweight Champion at the same time. All respect to Evan Bourne, he was the better man tonight. That doesn't change the fact that I'm in there with Batista later. And I've proven over and over again that I am better than Batista. I did in 3 seconds what Batista couldn't do in 3 months when I beat The Undertaker for the World Heavyweight Championship. And tonight, I am finally going to be free of Batista. Because when he loses tonight, and he will never be able to challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship again. And that will be a weight off my shoulders. And Tay Long's going to appear in the show and say, Playa, I just want you to know that I have so much respect for you as the world champion. And I only made these matches because that's what a world champion has to do, defend their titles. So with all the sincerity in the world, I wish you the best of luck tonight. And I am very proud that you are representing SmackDown as its champion tonight. And Chavo's going to say, you know what, Teddy, I can't even take anything you say seriously anymore. I'm going to represent SmackDown tonight. I'm going to beat Batista tonight. And when I do that, when everyone looks at SmackDown and sees how great it is, the competition, its champion, it's not going to be because of you. It's going to be in spite of you.
Perfect. We see John Cena winning the WWE Championship from JBL, WrestleMania 21. Yeah. First world title.
Yeah, a huge one. He beat somebody who had a similarly long reign to the reigns that he's had.
Yeah, true. Shit. We cut to our commentators, Michael Cole and Taz, and Taz is like, "Oh man, this shit's about to go crazy. Get your children out of the room. We're about to die. Somebody's about to die. All right, there's 80,000 people here. Jeff Hardy's in this match. He will die. He will literally. He's gonna do something, and it's gonna be so fucked up. You just prepare yourself. Good God."
So to clarify, because I don't think we've explained, Brian Kendrick and Paul London are going to defend their WWE Tag Team Championships against the Hardys in a ladder match.
Yeah. Based. Yeah.
Based it is. We got the base note.
Yeah, we do. We do have the base note. These guys go crazy. It's everything you'd expect from this. I like that I can kind of just point at these four and be like ladder match and be like, and you're like, oh yeah, okay, I know how this would work. They go crazy. London and Kendrick pull it out. They're still, or I guess pull it down. They're still your WWE Tag Team Champions. 8 months in now to this reign.
Yeah.
They're still looking untouchable
in a ladder match.
There you go.
Hey.
They're looking untouchable, really. Tag team champs forever.
And maybe, this is a bit of a stretch, but maybe this match gives Chavo Guerrero confidence, right? Because these were guys who came up from the Cruiserweight division and never looked back. These are heavyweight tag team icons now. So even though Chavo was unable to hold on to that Cruiserweight title, Chavo's a heavyweight now. So maybe he can pull it out tonight.
There you go. We see Randy Orton winning the World Heavyweight Championship for the first time against Chris Benoit at SummerSlam 2004.
This very event.
Yeah, 3 years ago. Orton put
SummerSlam has been a good stage for Randy, because not only did he do that, but last year he retired Hulk Hogan here. So
bye, brothers. Orton's first World Championship win. Came against, another guy who, it's Chris Benoit. What do I have to say? One of the scrappiest dudes ever. A dude who just, will not let you win. You know what I mean? You have to earn that shit.
But, the nature of that victory as well, if you remember, was very spontaneous. Randy Orton is a lethal weapon.
Yeah, that's true. Strike out of nowhere, that guy. Amy Weber's once again backstage. She's with Triple H.
What does she ask him?
Triple H, you're, challenging for the Intercontinental Championship later tonight. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about the Intercontinental Championship? Huh?
It's a good question, Amy, because, maybe a couple of years ago I would have seen this as a bit of a step down. But, I've been there. I've won countless world championships. I've been the man. I've been the game. But over the last couple of years, I've started to get back in touch with a different side of me. I've started to let a little bit loose, started to enjoy this business again, this industry, being in there with guys like Elijah Burke. And I think tonight it's going to be a really good match. And I think the Intercontinental Championship, if I can win that tonight, is going to be the crown of these last couple of years of the new Triple H, because I'm not going anywhere. When the game changes, the game changes. And tonight, I'm going to win the Intercontinental Championship, and I'm going to show to everybody that my time is not over. Also, I think it'd be cool if I wasn't the only one wearing gold in this locker room. And then the camera can pan around to women's champion Trish Stratus with a smile on her face.
Is this... Oh, yeah, right, okay. I know what's going on. We showcase Melina's rise. She also has been, much like London Kendrick, I think she won that title at New Year's Rev,
I think so.
Start of the year, basically, she's held it now. We're 8 months into that, and it went from.
She's no longer the women's champion.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but she did have a really nice long reign.
Yeah, you know what? I've done that like 3 times now on streams where I've called her the women's champion. And, and you're like, nope, and I'm like, what? What do you mean? And I'm like, oh yeah, right. Jeez. Anyways, yeah, Melina was world champ for like a while. I don't know when that ended. At some point,
a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, Melina kind of went from being somebody we didn't expect to ever be a women's champion to somebody who then was women's champion, and we didn't really believe that. To, well, actually, she's pretty damn good at this, isn't she? I don't think
we didn't believe could lose the women's title.
Yeah, clearly.
True.
Physically impossible for her to lose. Yeah. Just, I think it's impressive how somebody who I guess we didn't really know would be such a big part of this division this year has without a doubt come into her own and just been really just solid, great. Great. Yeah. She's just been great. Like everything she's been tasked with, everything that's come her way, she's found a way to do it pretty well. Obviously, the women's title loss is a setback, but with this new thing, this revolution, if you will, which is Melina, Victoria, and Talia Madison, I mean, she looks positioned to probably get there again sooner than later. Yeah, it's been 8 months. It's been a crazy 8 months. Mickie James comes out to the ring, and she says she's got Maria with her. You know, she promised everybody a big surprise partner, and she's got one. It's Serena Deeb.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Who is that? Who is that?
And this woman comes to the ring and gets in, and I guess she looks like a wrestler. All right.
Well, she's got an aura. No, more than that. She's got an aura of competency, right?
Oh, I see.
She's she's in incredibly good shape, right? She's toned. She's not like overly muscular, but you can tell like she's got a wrestler's body. But she's also just got this sort of like clean look to her. Like she stands in the ring and you sort of know she looks like she belongs to be there. She's standing on her debut in front of almost 80,000 people, and she looks like she belongs.
Yeah.
Can she be what the baby faces need to win this massive 6-woman tag team match?
Good call on that. I like that. We get into it. Here we go.
Oh, well, she certainly turned the tide.
Yeah, at some point here during this match, Serena just drops Maria. We're like, oh, what the fuck? what the hell? And Victoria will pick up the pieces, Widow's Peak. Wow. What the hell was that about?
Let's turn Serena Deeb.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, buddy. And Melina will explain that, have you not been listening carefully, Britain? This industry, this division, this whole world belongs to me, and we are going to revolutionize women's wrestling. So note down the names: Melina Perez, Talia Madison, Serena Deeb, Victoria. This is women's wrestling legacy. This is the future and the present of professional wrestling, and you better get used to it, because as Mickie James and Maria found out tonight, we're unstoppable, and our brand is growing.
Yeah, I wonder if I should save this for like a Raw, but whatever, I'll throw it in there. Melina can say that stuff like this Serena thing, is going to keep happening. Because she has the opportunity. Melina is the key to this shit. You get in with her, and it's fairly smooth sailing. You know what I mean? She's she's like an island in rough tides. You know what I mean?
Yep. Poured in the storm.
Yeah. You can either go it alone, and then you're either next us or you're against us. There you go. That's what I meant to say.
But actually, I think I like the idea that Melina also stamps it. It says, But this will be the last time because I found everyone I need. These 4 women are the future of wrestling. So you've missed the boat.
Awesome. We see John Cena as the WWE champion get drafted over Raw in like June of 2005.
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah.
I think the point of this video is to show how big of a deal that was. Because
came in
John
as a big
Cena,
hero star. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gone on to be like a franchise.
Yeah. Perfect. Here we go. World Heavyweight title. This is Dave Bautista's last chance. If he...
On the other hand, if Chavo gets disqualified or counted out, he will lose the World Heavyweight Championship tonight.
Yeah, a lot of odds here. What? A lot of stakes going in, I guess. Yeah. For both guys.
Because remember, Batista, his big promise this year was to finish 2007. This was the first time ever Batista entered a year as World Heavyweight Champion. And his promise was that he would finish the year as World Heavyweight Champion. And I think in Batista's mind, if he loses tonight, that goal might be over. Because, there's no guarantee Chavo loses the belt this year.
And,
so for Batista, this really is his last chance. And
also in like Dave's head, right? He's much bigger than Chavo. He's much tougher than Chavo. He's scarier than Chavo. He's a big fucking guy, Dave Batista is. And him not being able to get this done, what does that mean for the other people that aren't Dave Batista? Will he ever get a shot at that belt, like, ever again? Like, if Chavo can get it done tonight, I mean, Chavo said it himself, right? He's kind of home free a little bit. He's got that weight off of him.
And you mentioned it, like, I think Batista has a ton of respect for Chavo because he is one of the best. But Batista has a lot of advantages going into this match tonight. And not only that, but this is his 3rd match against Chavo. And on paper, Batista should be winning this. So I think there's a big weight on Batista's shoulders that twice now he's failed to get the job done. And so even if there wasn't a stipulation here, I think Dave would feel like this is it's win or go home. It's do or die.
Yeah.
But Batista rises to the big occasion. Although, actually, I can't remember his SummerSlam results. I think he was injured last year during SummerSlam.
Yep, that sounds about right to me.
I don't remember what he did at SummerSlam 2005. I think he might have fought for the world title. He was world champion at that time. I think he probably won that match.
Yep.
I don't remember. Maybe Kurt Angle. It rings a bell.
That sounds right, maybe. Yep.
So Batista doesn't have a ton of SummerSlam experience or arena match experience, but neither does Chavo. So this could be a really interesting match. It's definitely going to shape the future of SmackDown.
Do you remember if we're right into the match after this?
I think so.
All right. Well, let me say this then. The bell rings. These two kind of eye each other up. They've done this before.
No, I like that they don't eye each other. Bell rings and Batista charges.
Yeah, all right. Fair play then.
Yeah.
Bell ring, Batista charges, hits a spear right out the gate. He's feeling it. He's feeling good. He hits a couple more.
Wembley roars.
He hits a couple more power moves on Chavo, like a big gorilla press slam type deal.
I like the idea that, like he gets the spear. I like that gorilla press. And then Chavo like roll out of the ring. Like Wembley's electric and Batista's like, and Chavo's like, okay, I got to take a break. But Batista immediately catches him. He rolls out the other side where Chavo's going and throws him back in the ring. So like in the previous matches where Chavo was able to slow down the pace, in this open, Batista's got him. Yep. Big spine buster.
Big spine buster. Yeah, I guess. Do we want to go all the way with it here?
You do what you want to do, man. I'm down for what.
All right, yeah, fuck it then. Dave, out of that spinebuster, springs right up, looks at the crowd, shakes the ropes. They know what time it is. He gets Chavo up, lifts him up over his head, slams that motherfucker into the ground. Batista bomb, cover, 1, 2, and Chavo fucking kicks out.
Oh my god.
Dave's like, No. What? Hold on. What the hell? And what
He says,
occurs?
okay, I'm gonna do it again. So he starts. The camera pans back. He starts shaking the ropes. He does the thumbs up. He nods like, "Yep, this is it. I'm reclaiming what is mine." Thumbs down. Picks up Chavo, pulls him back up, and then this time Chavo manages. Couple strikes to the head, slinks behind Batista, slinks out of the ring. Finally gets some breathing space.
And what we see over the next 17 some odd minutes is Chavo slowly work this dude down, work him out of it. And obviously Batista is fighting like hell. He knows what this is. But as this gets deeper and deeper and deeper, it's like, yeah, Dave probably should have just had it that early. And the fact that he didn't.
He hit the Batista bomb, bro.
I know, but the fact that
what's he gonna do?
I don't even know. I don't know what to tell you. Hit him with it again, but actually do it this time. Dave is doing all he can, hitting his moves as much as he possibly can, but Chavo starts to pace him out, and he's out wrestling him. And yeah, Chavo does it.
I mean, he's the best. He's the king.
He gets that guy down on his back. He goes up, hits a big frog splash from a quarter of the way across the ring, and he's still the world heavyweight champion. He has done what he needed to do. Ultimately,
he's beaten the Undertaker, and now he's beaten Batista.
Yeah, the two guys who were all over this belt for the first half of this year have been frozen out now by, the smallest guy in the whole conversation. It's a pretty damn good night to be Chavo Guerrero, all things considered. That first loss,
I think,
is tough.
It's gonna. I think he breaks even in the end. I think he's not gonna be happy he lost that cruiserweight title, but Batista's gone for good.
Yeah, and it's not like this is necessarily overjoyous for Chavo, because he had the confidence in himself to be able to do this. He had done it twice before. But yeah, that uncertainty.
This was the win over Batista, though, that was definitive.
Yeah.
Like, not only can Batista not challenge again, but actually just the other matches, there were asterisks. This one, there's no asterisk. He beat Batista.
Yeah, Chavo figured out the puzzle and fucking worked the big guy down and got it done. Very little question now, to me at least, that that's our world heavyweight champion going forward. Like, who else can beat this guy, huh?
Well, I think we know who the next match is.
All right. Well, I might have forgotten about him. Okay, let's be honest.
Look out for enemy Guerrero versus Shamrock coming soon.
Hell yeah. Yeah, and Dave sits in the ring, and he's just like, fuck me, man. Fuck me. What the fuck?
He looks at his hand, like sand flowing through it. Just like,
why am I so violent? He says to
himself. His
head. Why am I not violent enough? He says.
We didn't put it in the angle, but I like the idea that Ray comes out and just comforts him.
Yeah, comes to collect him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's sitting there in the ring like, what the fuck? And they're like, Ray's like, Dave, they have more matches.
Ray, I'm done.
I know, but more people have to wrestle, Dave. You gotta leave the ring. Just come out of the ring. Just crawl out. We can do this backstage. Okay, we don't have to. Okay. You're embarrassing. Don't cry. There's people here. There's cameras.
Oh, man, it's over.
They can see you. God damn it. Put a towel over his head. Jesus.
He takes him off through the crowd. New Japan style.
Yep, exactly. Perfect. We've got Elijah Burke.
Ooh.
He's got Dolph Ziggler with him. I mean, it's
Triple H talks like this is a done deal. But what he fails to recognize is that we're not here to take part. We're here to take over. I am the Intercontinental Champion. The New Breed are the World Tag Team Champions. And that ain't going to change tonight. You can't get rid of us that easily because we are not just the future, but we are the present. And tonight I'm going to remind Triple H that I'm just that bit younger and I'm just that bit better.
Here we go. Intercontinental Championship. Elijah Burke defending against Triple H. Oh, never mind. Scratch that. Randy Orton.
While Cena was becoming a franchise, Orton was notching scalps. He was taking down legends. He was ending things, becoming accomplished. Right? We talk about John Cena, and absolutely we talk about one of the greatest champions of all time. 3 of the greatest championship reigns we've ever seen. But when we talk about Randy Orton, we can just list things he has done and accomplished in this business. Youngest world champion of all time, beat Mick Foley in a hardcore match, retired Hulk Hogan, one of the greatest feuds we've ever seen with Shelton Benjamin. He beat Chavo Guerrero, the Royal Rumble winner at WrestleMania, and perhaps to cap it all off, he defeated The Undertaker inside Hell in a Cell. If you look at anybody's resume of things they've accomplished in pro wrestling, I doubt you'll find anyone better than the Legend Killer.
Okay, Intercontinental Championship, question mark?
Maybe. Hopefully. I think so.
Yes. Okay, thank God. Yeah, so you've probably got a vision for this.
A little bit. Like, it's mostly just, it's a Triple H smoke and mirrors match.
Very much so.
If you have anything in specific, go ahead.
Not particularly. Triple H. I think Elijah probably does pretty well in this, all things considered. It's not necessarily a one-sided affair, or as one-sided as Triple H would probably like you to think it might be. Elijah certainly, there are moments where Elijah has Triple H kind of reeling a little bit on the back foot. Never really an opportunity, I don't think, for Elijah to get it done, to seal the deal. He's never in that position. But Triple H is, after Trish Stratus gets involved, distracts Elijah, distracts Dolph maybe on the outside.
I'm thinking maybe there's a ref bump and Triple H slides him a sledgehammer.
Trish slides him a sledgehammer, yep.
Yes, did I say Triple H?
Yeah, Triple H slides him a sledgehammer and he's like, hit me, Elijah. Do it. Fulfill the prophecy. End me.
Trish slides him a sledgehammer. They both look at each other with shit-eating grins. Elijah's like, oh, man. And he gets fucking smacked in the head with a sledgehammer.
I like the idea they both dive for it. Triple H gets it, and Elijah goes, fuck. And then just gets hit with it, and he's done. Pedigree afterwards. Ref comes to 1, 2, 3.
A slow 3 count as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
2, 3, my time.
Triple H has won the Intercontinental Championship again. It's been
the power couple has been fulfilled. They are both champions.
They are both champions.
They're both champions, and we all hate them for it.
Triple H got it done. New IC champion. What we've got left is that main event: Randy Orton, John Cena.
Play beret.
And I think we have things in between, right?
Yes, there's at least a package.
Excellent. Oh yeah, it's this. It's just this.
It is. We've said so much. I don't know if there's much more to say. We are looking at the 2 icons of a generation, really, and it's not like we've seen their careers pass. We are like 30% into their peak, right? You know, we're
not
seeing
even.
2,
like, come on.
Not even, yeah. They're like, we're seeing 2 guys who have defined a generation, the 2 greatest world champions of the last 2 or 3 years, and they're finally clashing. It was inevitable, but of course, what greater stage than here at Wembley Stadium for John Cena versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship, a match that no doubt everybody has wanted to see ever since they both became world champion 2 or 3 years ago. And now we're going to finally figure out in front of 80,000 who's better. Who's the man? Who's the guy? Because we're looking at 2 of the top guys in the WWE. Who is the guy to take this company forward?
Orton comes out. He's ready to go. Cena comes out. He's looking as good as ever. He's got that the tape. Yeah, the tape on his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry Lawler on comms.
Brace on his knee as well.
Yeah, Jerry Lawler on comms is like, he's stupid, Joey. Randy Orton knows that those are targets now. Joey's like, we heard Randy. Randy Orton pays attention. Yeah, like, all Cena can try to do is just protect himself as best as he can. Like, this is this is where we're at now. So let's do it. The two biggest guys in this whole goddamn series, WWE Championship. Fucking
And I think
near 80,000 people.
the way I described it in the booking, it's a little bit convoluted, but I think it's the way I want to pitch it to you guys, the audience, is that we are seeing shades of both of these men's previous matches here at SummerSlam with Chris Benoit. Because in 2004, Orton beat Chris Benoit for the world title here at this event. And in 2005, John Cena beat Chris Benoit, retaining his title at this event. And I like to think that through the large portions, because like, let's be honest, neither of John Cena or Randy Orton have a natural offense that they are particularly pleasing to watch. Both these guys are sort of cellar reactor heat, sort of fire guys. And so what I like is that maybe in the first section of the match, Cena's trying to be sort of this gritty grappler in the style of Chris Benoit and try and wear Orton down, try and slow the match down, try and not let Orton pick the pace up. Because even though Orton isn't a particularly quick wrestler, generally speaking, Orton knows where the targets are, and Orton could probably finish Cena pretty quickly if he was given that little bit of pace. And so Cena's trying to stop that. He's trying to prevent that. He's trying to wear him down. And I like to think eventually that morphs into Orton kind of doing more of that Super Junior Chris Benoit offense. You mentioned, Tucker, a spot that you had in mind.
Yeah, as he's getting worn down and stuff like that, Orton's like running the numbers in his head. Like he's like a computer to me. He's got to run the numbers. He's running the numbers in his head. He's like playing it back, and he's like, shit, how do I break this? Speed up pace. And he's like, oh yeah, he remembers SummerSlam 04. Big suicide dive onto Benoit, so he manages to push Cena out there and takes a big run up, takes a big old dive on him, speeding it up a little bit to get him in control. And then as Orton goes into it, having like a bit of a control section for him, it's a little brutal, honestly. Kind of embracing that the more rugged side of Benoit, that I don't know, I guess the rabid Wolverine thing, I guess, if you want.
Open hand strikes.
Very aggressive. Yeah, like going right for where he knows Cena is the most fucked up. Cena's still battling through it, though, as he always does. But yeah, some good shots, I think, in there.
I think it devolves into sort of these men trading sequences of signature offense. And as most of these main event title matches have tended to go over the last couple of years, it's slowly building towards John Cena getting a grip on this main event. And it's slowly, as Cena's going through his motions, the power slam into the 5-knuckle shuffle. And it's at that point that he feels it, that moment where the FU is coming, as he feels the audience. Remember, Cena feeds off of this crowd. Feeds off of any crowd he's in front of. This is a 50-50 crowd. Some smarky Brits, 110% going back and forth throughout the match. But as Cena's gaining that momentum, he's winning over the fans because he's that good. And then he kind of takes a step back. The camera pans around. You can see Cena's taking a moment, his hand in the air.
He hits the Rainmaker pose.
Not quite, but he's got his hand in the air, like he's about to do the "you can't see me." And he stops. And you can see he takes an extended pause just to soak in the moment. We've seen John Cena in hostile territory a lot over the last couple of years, and that sort of cutting out the fans, sort of getting down to business. But Cena knows right now that he is experiencing a moment. These are two men at the absolute peak of their powers, and the fans know it. And this is a moment in time, and Cena's just pulling all that energy from the crowd, and there's a smile on his face because he loves it. And he turns around into an RKO. And as always, it's just like that. That's all it takes.
Bang.
And new.
I don't know if it's even like worth saying anything, actually. Which I guess I already ruined by saying something. Damn. 92, up in 14. Want to talk to probably the main, because they were the only thing that really did super fantastic.
Chavo, I would go for the
Chavo,
third guy.
yeah, who worked twice. Yeah, good call.
Pretty well tonight.
Good call. Hugs for everybody, because that's what I do. I give out hugs to my workers. And there you go. SummerSlam 2007. Where do we go from here? Chavo's still at the top of SmackDown, but that power is halved now, I guess. No, stop. Bad. You're not allowed to do this to me, game. Fuck you. It's fine. Anyways, Chavo, his responsibility, I guess, has been cut in half. He's now just the World Heavyweight Champion. What does that mean for the Cruiserweight title going forward? Are there
Will Chavo get a rematch?
Yeah, are there new opportunities there? There's certainly new opportunities in the World Heavyweight title space, even though Ken Shamrock appears to have called his shot. We've got the new WWE champion and a new Intercontinental champion. Lots of things going on here at the end of the summer of 07. And I think when we see you guys next time, it'll likely be an SNME, likely the one that Puddy alluded to, SNME 10, Guerrero versus Shamrock. I should throw up credits. Yeah, I got to do that.
Yes.
Because
thank you.
It's a Patreon thing. Thank you so much, people, for bothering. Appreciate it a lot. Yeah, got
echo that sentiment.
Got a YouTube comment the other day, and it was just "What, you guys are still doing this, and it's still fun, nice."
Hey,
and I was
nice.
just awesome. I was that's fantastic to hear, actually.
I still think there as we move through the years, there are portions of this that become more interesting.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. We'll talk about that afterwards. I don't want to talk about Johnny.
I was about to be quite reflective, but I think that's something to happen off the episode. But just thank you all for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
All right, sounds good, folks. We'll see you around. Peace.